Fortnite may seem like the best game ever to some of you out there, but when millions and millions of players are jumping on Battle Royale on the regular, you bet it has some skeletons in its closet. So today we are counting down our picks for the top 10 scary facts about Fortnite. While some of these facts and happenings on this list are pretty scary, others are nerve-wracking cautionary tales. And of course, all of these facts are objectively scary. Don't think most of you guys are going to be crapping your pants out of fear on this one, but at least they may creep you out. With that in mind, let's jump into our list. And at number 10, hacked accounts. When it comes to doing anything online, one of the biggest anxieties people often have is getting hacked. I mean, hey, there's a whole scammer business out there set up to profit off of fear that if you're oblivious or just not tech savvy enough to fall for it. So earlier this year, when it was announced that Fortnite was the latest victim of a hacking scandal, players were pretty ticked off. It's become a bit of a business concerning the game. With over 3.4 million players logged in at one time on Fortnite, there are individuals out there eager to take advantage. After this landmark, it became pretty commonplace to see users on Reddit and the Epic Games forum complaining about unknown charges appearing on their accounts, often the sums of $99.99 or $149.99. This was the work of hackers, causing Epic Games to refund a slew of players who had been wrongfully charged for transactions they never made. One player even commented that with all the transactions on their account, there was no way they'd be able to afford their rent. Luckily, Epic got rid of that charge. Ugh. While Epic Games is still damage controlling, critics have noted that the blame is not only their allegedly lax security, but also account holders' previously compromised information, and that the community has a ton of leaks. And at number 9, school bans. The Fortnite craze has gotten international attention, not only from gamers, but also from schools. While some schools have used this to their advantage, like the chemistry teacher in Ohio who lost a bet and incorporated Fortnite into their final exam, others have refused to embrace the game, claiming that it's more of a distraction for students than anything else. Many schools have banned Fortnite Mobile in an attempt to address this. Students themselves have even jumped on the bandwagon, tweeting out that Fortnite Mobile has ruined their school, and has also made their school's Wi-Fi super slow, which is tragic. Stuff of nightmares, people. Up next at number 8, the copycats. Nothing's scarier than the truth, right? Well, some of you may remember back when Fortnite first came out that there was some controversy concerning PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, calling Epic Games out for ripping them off. This all began when Epic Games gave Battlegrounds a shoutout, saying that their Battle Royale had inspired them to create one in Fortnite. And as you can imagine, this didn't sit overly well with Battlegrounds developers Bluehole, who back in September of 2017 noted in a press release that they were contemplating taking further action against Epic Games for the copycat. I quote, "We've had an ongoing relationship with Epic Games throughout PUBG's development, as they are the creators of UE4, the engine that we licensed for the game. After listening to the growing feedback from our community and reviewing the gameplay for ourselves, we are concerned that Fortnite may be replicating the experience for which PUBG is known. We have also noticed that Epic Games references PUBG in the promotion of Fortnite to their community and in communications with the press. This was never discussed with us, and we don't feel that that's right." That's not the only Battle Royale copycats that are creating a stir too. In addition to that, riffing off of our last number and all the school bans, it's worth noting that kids themselves have started crafting their own versions of Fortnite. Copycat games that may not be Fortnite, but aren't banned by their schools and still give them one hell of a distraction during class, typically created on Scratch, a web-based platform geared at teaching kids 8 to 18 the basics of coding. Yes, when there's a will, there's a way. And at number 7, bullying. With as many young kids, high school and elementary alike, playing Fortnite these days, you bet that it's become a place susceptible to cyberbullying. A quick Google search will lead you to a slew of posts on Fortnite clips that feature cyberbullying in them. Some of it is run-of-the-mill players psyching each other out, but other comments over the mic can be racist, sexist, and even homophobic. More extreme than just a 13-year-old calling his best friend gay for shit and giggles. Which, like, maybe get more sophisticated insults in general, kids? Anywho, this has led to another facet of online warnings and parenting blogs about the game, advising that parents take more of an interest in what their kids are doing or saying to others online. And at number 6, it'll probably disappear soon. While Fortnite may seem like the be-all end-all of Battle Royale experiences, don't forget, there were Battle Royale games that were huge before it came out. Now, of course, you could easily argue that PUBG and H1Z1 never hit the same amount of fame or status or success that Fortnite has had, or were as popular to mainstream audiences as Fortnite is, but you can't argue with the idea that the game is a trend, just like a slew of other big games in the industry in the past. Remember when Pokemon Red and Blue came out and that's all any kid ever played? Maybe that's aging me a little bit. Or more recently, the obsession that millions of people had and still have when it comes to playing GTA 5 online. While the game may still retain a certain percentage of its popularity down the road, it's likely that another trend in the video game industry will step up to take its place, as a thing that everybody wants to spend their time playing. And some critics have even spotted a potential usurper, Hunt Showdown, a game that really emphasizes its use of the horror genre that eliminates the use of circles closing in on players in Battle Royale, giving them more freedom. You're a bounty hunter who kills monsters for gold, and the graphics are a wee bit reminiscent of Red Dead Redemption. And if your character dies, they're gone for good, and all of your stats with them. Death has stakes. But will that be enough to draw Fortnite players over to that realm? And maybe not the 12-year-olds. And at number 5, CREEPYPASTAs. Much like other pop pop culture phenomenons, Fortnite has spawned a slew of urban legends, specifically creepypastas, aka the urban legends and myths that foster online. Many of these have to do with kids playing the game, and coming across an anomaly, whether that be something assumed to be a glitch in the game or an encounter with an off-putting mysterious player. These encounters typically end with the game having some sort of real-life effect on the story's protagonist, most commonly being someone showing up at their house or the player disappearing entirely. Some are pretty spooky, others seem much more rooted in fiction, but regardless, they're pretty entertaining, and seems like more and more fans of Fortnite are uploading their own creepypastas as time goes on. We've actually done a video listing down some of the best Fortnite creepypastas, which, if it hasn't gone up already, should be going up pretty soon on our channel, so make sure you hit that subscribe button today before you go so you don't miss out on it. Up next, number 4, sexual harassment. The video game industry doesn't have the best track record when it comes to sexual harassment. A few women have taken to Reddit lately to call out shitty dude players for harassing them over the mic, with one user even stating, I quote, "Don't tell me about your f***ing penis or what you're going to do to me with it." Ugh. The number of accounts of girls playing video games who feel like they can't say anything on mic is pretty crappy. It goes beyond sexual harassment too, and sometimes it's just flat out sexism. One player wrote on the same Reddit thread, I quote, "I avoid speaking on mic when matchmaking because I've been discouraged by comments made by men or boys without knowing a woman is on their team." So it's not that girls aren't there in random squads, it's just not the most safe feeling place to speak up if you want to have fun playing a video game. While sexual harassment predominantly affects female gamers and devs, as our next number shows us though, males, specifically younger boys, can also be victims of harassment during gameplay too. Up next, number 3, perverts. So what's worse than sexual harassment when you're just trying to have fun playing a game? How about your kid being harassed by grown-ass men? Yep. Perverts are hanging out in Battle Royale too. There have been 2 highly publicized cases recently of mothers catching gross-ass perverts trying to groom their children sexually, asking them inappropriate questions over the mic. In both cases, these young boys had the game's audio and chat playing through the speakers, and their mothers happened to hear the chatter, causing them to confront the perverts directly. One mother who lives in London with her 10-year-old son said that her son has autism, and was pretty traumatized by the experience. Yeah, not cool, man. Up next, number 2, the lawsuits. Developer Epic Games have not been beating around the bush when it comes to tackling cheating in Fortnite's Battle Royale. At the end of 2017, they launched several lawsuits against players associated with creating and using cheats from a website, addictedcheats.net, and some of these cases have gained a lot of publicity. The most prominent though is Epic's civil suit against a 14-year-old boy. Yep, 14. A minor who had posted a video to his YouTube channel that featured his use of cheats in the game. The suit has been highly criticized for targeting him and other players of being scapegoats rather than the company going after the website itself. They also released the name of the 14-year-old publicly, which his mother was quick to point out in a letter that she addressed to the court, and also goes against the Delaware law, which is where he's from. All individual suits put the accused at risk of paying a $150,000 fine for each charge, and there are multiple charges on those suits. And at number 1, school shooting threats. Perhaps the scariest thing to come out of Fortnite is the reports that players are claiming to shoot up schools while on the in-game chat in Battle Royale. The most publicized case was a threat made by a 21-year-old man that was later posted to YouTube by another player. When the video made its way to a local news station in Pittsburgh, the area the potential shooter stated he was targeting, authorities were notified, and the following day, a Monday, all schools in those districts were put on lockdown. Authorities investigated the claims only to report that it was a hoax, but for those in the chat with the unnamed player, it seemed pretty nerve-wracking. It also included a younger-sounding child who went silent in the video after the man made the claims. The man's specific words were, I quote,
"Yeah, because I'm gonna shoot a school up on Monday."
School shooter.
I'm shooting up as many people as I can before I get killed by the cops, referring to the schools, and he stated that he was starting with his own school, claiming that he had an arsenal of 2 AK-47s and a handgun. 35 schools and 18,503 families in the school district were affected by the lockdowns, and the county district attorney, the U.S. Attorney's Office, and police were set to discuss if charges would be pressed against the individual, but as of this recording, no further news has been released. Alright, there we have it guys. How many of our numbers did you already know about? Do you know anything creepy that has to do with Fortnite that you think we should know about too? Give us a shout in those comments below. In the meantime though, if you did this video, spread the love by hitting that like button, click on subscribe, and be sure to check out the playlist up on your screen right now for more great gaming vids, including lots of Fortnite. In the meantime though, thanks for watching, I'll catch you guys in the next one.